Hey everyone, welcome to the first ever episode of Chinwe's Silver Screen. I mean, you're gonna love it here. Here we'll be reviewing movies and talking all things cinema. On our first review ever, today we'll be discussing Baby Farm. Guys, so Baby Farm is a thought, because I mean it can be triggering. For me, it was triggering at some point, but it's a thought-provoking film produced by Ebun Life Studios. So this film tells the story of young girls who are exploited and forced into human trafficking by a wealthy and powerful couple that runs the Evans Foundation. The movie has an amazing cast that features actors like Rita Dominic, Joseph Benjamin. I would say for one, it's really nice seeing Joseph Benjamin back on the acting space. I think he's been on a hiatus, but he's been making his comeback and he did absolutely well in this movie, Baby Farm. We have other casts who played really strong characters. We have Onyinye Odokoro, she played the character of Adana. We have Genevieve Ume, she plays the character of Ebun. And then we have Maggie Osome, she plays the character of Eniye. Oh my goodness, guys. These actors are talented. We have Bifo Lustom there, Kiki Omedi, amongst a host of other cast members. I mean, we need to get in on this. Trust me, guys, it's a mind-blowing one. And, even when the movie ended, I was just like, I'm not getting that satisfaction, because you could really relate with the characters, how they emote each scene, how they brought the actors, how they brought their characters to life. It's an amazing one. We really need to get in on this, guys. On this episode, I'm going to be talking in depth on 3 standout characters for me. And the first character I'm going to be speaking on is the character of Adana. So Adana, played by Onyinye Odokoro, is the main character in this film. Her journey is a powerful exploration of the themes of exploitation, resilience, and survival. As a young girl in stable backgrounds, Adana becomes pregnant and is forced to flee home. Now, guys, mind you, her parents did not chase her out of her house, so she gets pregnant. She tells her boyfriend, that she's pregnant. He tells her, "Oh, why not? I'm with you every step of the way," and then she gets that assurance from him. So she's pretty much convinced that, regardless, she's got this. And then her parents find out and they scold her. Of course, which African parents will find out that their teenage daughter is pregnant and clap for her? Let's be for real now. Adana runs off to her boyfriend's house immediately after her parents just finished scolding her, and she gets there, she finds out that he's left town and he has gone to Lagos. His sister slips his address in her hands, and Adana goes back home to steal her parents' money and go and look for her boyfriend in Lagos. Now, this is where the story begins. Now in Lagos, Adana gets a job. I mean, she's still in her very early stage of her pregnancy, and things were seemingly working out for her until, how pregnancy is now. You can't hide it. It will show eventually. Her employers find out and, they relieve her of her job. Adana now is faced with the harsh reality of living on the streets and, having to fend for herself. Nobody is willing to employ a heavily pregnant young girl, And then one of those nights where she's sleeping on the streets, she's scouted by a roadside prostitute who tells her, she's going to take her somewhere where herself and her baby would have a better life, better opportunities, free medical health care, the whole premise of a better life pretty much. And then she takes her to the Evans Foundation. Mind you, the Evans Foundation, they are very powerful, highly connected. In fact, these people are literally idolized by the public, the general public. They are seen as saviors. Evans himself just literally won the Humanitarian of the Year award. So yeah, picture that. You know how people, first of all, you know how black people or people from our demographics can idolize white people, and now these are powerful white people who are seemingly running a good cause, right? So I mean, Adana believes the prostitute who scouts her for the foundation, she's taking there, and you know, they promise her a good life, medical care, feeding, adequate care for herself and her child, if and only if she is willing to give up her child for adoption after delivery, you know. And I mean, this is a young girl that has just pretty much been spending her nights out there in the cold on the streets, you know, and she just feels, well, this is God sent, and she agrees to these terms, and she is then institutionalized in the Evans Foundation. That's the story on Adana. Now let's talk about Ebun. The Ebun character is played by the amazing Genoveva Ume. I mean, we all know Genoveva, right? She's such a standout actor, 100%. Now Ebun displays a strong characteristic of vulnerability and resilience, right? As a matter of fact, I made a note on Ebun's character, and I'll read it out for you to hear. Ebun's vulnerability and resilience in the face of exploitation are a testament to the strength of the human spirit. You know, you just literally have to witness the character for yourself. I tell you, Ebun is a victim of her own circumstance. You know, she didn't make the rules. She was pretty much a teenager being raised by a single mom, and her mom had multiple boyfriends who used to come to the house, and she grew up being abused by her mother's boyfriends. And every time she told her mother, this man, you know, he slept with me, or he's trying to force me to do things with him, her mother would blame her and beat her and put her out there. You know, eventually she turns up pregnant, and of course, imagine someone that her mom beats her blue black for literally saying, your boyfriend is trying to force himself on me. So she's vulnerable in a place of, you know, she would just rather be out of her family's house than be there, because she's not even sure how her mother is going to react to her being pregnant. And that's how she was found. She was the first girl to be scouted by the Evans Foundation, right? She was their first charity case, if I would say. So she was taken in by the Evans Foundation. She lost her baby. Matter of fact, Ebun has had multiple pregnancies. She literally gets pregnant every year because what they do is you give birth to your child, take you back hostel, and say give it a month or two, they're back to you. They have people coming to sleep with these girls. So apparently they refer to their girls as makers. So they are makers of new life, pretty much. Oh my god, this is just, like I said, this is a triggering one for me, because every time I try to replay scenarios, I'm just like, it's so painful having to know that things like this actually happen in real life, and then seeing it in the movie, you can't even stand it. So how are the victims actually coping in reality? It's crazy, you know. So yeah, still on Ebun, anyways, you know, she's forced to navigate the harsh realities of the foundation, you know, where she's obviously exploited and mistreated. But then that's the only family she has come to know. They took her in, gave her food, gave her clean clothes, clean water, put a roof over her head, you know. So she feels at home there. It's Stockholm syndrome. But I mean, it's just so painful being Ebun, and you know, having to see her speak good of her oppressors, you know, it's one thing to look out for, you know. So yeah, that's that on Ebun's character. I'm trying so hard not to give out too much information because I want you guys to really go and see this movie yourself, you know, so we can talk about it. And guess what, guys? Yeah, reminds me, at the end of every month we'll be having question and answer sessions. So make sure every review I give, you go see the movie, so you come with your questions and, you know, we just talk, we interact on these movies, you know, at the end of every month. Like I said, more information will be communicated than that anyways. But yeah, let's talk about the character in here. Remember, I told you 3 characters for me. We spoke about Adana, we spoke about Ebun. Now let's talk about Inye. Inye is played by the actor Maggie. I mean, you should look up that name for real. Maggie, my first encounter with the actor Maggie Isome on TV was when she played the character of Shema in Riona. She's versatile in every sense of the word, you know. And in Baby Farm, Maggie plays the role of of an autistic deaf-mute girl, right? So in the foundation, she is seen as autistic. She's autistic, obviously. She is deaf and she's mute. But there's more to that, actually, you know. I mean, for her, she had to just get in that character as a means to literally plan her escape in the long run, you know. Her story serves as a powerful example of the foundation's use of control and surveillance, as well as the risks faced by those who resist, actually. Inye's tragic fate is a stark reminder of the consequences faced by those who dare to escape. You need to see Maggie pull off the role of Inye, yeah, so you get a better understanding of this character. But trust me, Inye is one character to look out for. She literally is the one piece to the puzzle, you know, because I mean, she's deaf, she's mute, she's autistic, so the foundation, they don't expect her to be able to express herself or give out information to anybody. So they literally like parade her when they have functions and they want to just show a few of the girls that they feel, you know, oh, these are one of the girls we're taking for the optics, right? So they give out a lot of information. She has access to other rooms, because mind you, this is literally a farm. But here they are bringing babies, right? So the girls have restricted access to other areas of this institution. But Inye, she's autistic, so obviously they're just like, yeah, Inye can go, and she was able to use this level of deceit to build trust and plan her eventual escape. And yeah, whatever happened, and yeah, that's about it. So guys, in conclusion anyways, Baby Farm is a thought-provoking film that sheds light on the dark reality of human trafficking and exploitation in Nigeria. With its powerful storytelling, strong characters and effective production values, the film is a must-watch for anyone interested in social justice and human rights. While the film's theme and characters can be difficult to watch, for the umpteenth time, it is triggering. They serve as a powerful reminder of the need for greater awareness and action. Thank you for staying tuned to my channel, and catch you next time on our next movie review. Bye, my loves. So guys, it's rating time on Chinwe's silver screen, and Baby Farm gets a solid 3 out of 5 for me. The production value, the storytelling, the acting, amazing. I highly recommend. It's a yes from me. Tell me what you think on the link below. Ciao.